Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to CompoSIDE Open Academy Webinar 5, Bill of Materials. We will focus today on our Bill of Materials generation tool, BoMGen. As usual, our webinar will be recorded and then made available to all of you through our website. If you have any questions during the webinar, please do not hesitate to post them in the appropriate field in your webinar toolbar. We will try to answer them all at the end. Okay, we can start now. My name is Ola Dziekońska. I'm part of a CompoSIDE technical support team, and today I have the pleasure to run this webinar with the co-founder and a proud owner of CompoSIDE, Radek Michalik.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so let's crack on. As I mentioned, our objective for today is to introduce you all to our bill of material generation tool called BoMGen. We will try to demonstrate its capabilities and show you how your organization can benefit from using it. The agenda for today goes as follows. What is BoMGen and who and how can benefit from it? Then we will try to show it to you through a live demo. We will divide it into two parts. We will generate the BOM from an external data and then show you how we generate a fully automated bill of materials. And at the end, as I mentioned, we will have a little Q&A session.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope that this looks familiar to all of you. All people who are dealing with bill of materials are probably met this kind of Excel sheet in their lives. This is how it normally looks in our industry. And we wanted to address this problem of having a very, very complex, laborious bill of material generation process. Reality of a bill of material generation is very tedious and not necessarily interesting task for both designers and project stakeholders. It's usually very boring, it's laborious and time-consuming, and it's very static data and it's disconnected from the process usually, and usually not updated regularly in the design process. And it's very prone to error due to the complexity of the data that is stored and organized in the bill of material document. For project stakeholders like managers or purchasing departments, it's very much documents which is not based on any standards, so documents are provided in different forms and formats. It's not available immediately. It takes long time to generate those things, usually in normal situations. And it's resource consuming for project managers and business owners. It's a big concern. And we believe that this is wrong allocation of our resources if we dedicate engineers into delivering bill of materials.
So we wanted to address the problem and propose a solution. That's why we've developed BoMGen. It's an automated and integrated bill of material and weight estimation tool dedicated to composite projects as our platform. And today we will try to introduce it to you.
It's very important to underline that this tool is fully integrated with our platform, and you're going to see it in a live demonstration today. We're going to present it how it works seamlessly. And here, before we jump into further part of our webinar, we want to outline a few benefits of our solution. We believe that you can save quite a lot of time and money running this tool, getting rid of this laborious and boring tasks, and allocating your resources into the proper and more valuable task in your organization. It is very, very quick to generate, and it's very, very much based on the quality control. So data is taken from the databases, so it's always on the right quality control foot. It's all standardized. We use standardized ways of presenting and collecting and post-processing data. So this is really addressing the problem of not having a standard in those documents. Because it's a part of our platform, it can be very easily shared between stakeholders and different parts of the projects and product development teams. And we are going to demonstrate it in our live demo.
Yeah.
We thought that maybe before we jump into live demonstration, we will present our platform and we'll present the main features in light of CompoSIDE and BOM and how they interact together. So I'm going to go through those 6 features that we believe are key features of our platform, and we'll tell you a little bit about where BOM sits in this respect. So first one is a flexible licensing model. Basically, we offer a very low entry cost for all users to start with CompoSIDE, with as many users as you want. And this solution is very scalable and transparent. So having a bill of material as a part of this platform, you benefit from this new and quite interesting business model with subscription and usage-based. The other feature, which we believe is quite important, is that this tool and also bill of material was designed around composites, and the full focus is on addressing the needs and requirements which are designed with composites and post-processing of data related to composite are concerned. So it's this bill of material generation tool has composite-specific things like usage and wastage factors and other things which are related to composite materials. Another feature which is quite interesting and it's part of our architecture of the solution is centralized data management. So all data is stored in a single, secured and cloud-based location, which gives you very easy access and control over the data. Wherever your team is and whenever you need to access the data is always there and it's always the right data. The fourth feature is the Agile workflows. This bill of material is part of those Agile workflows. What it means is that you can very quickly update anything at any point of your design and your bill of material will be updated accordingly. We are going to show you this today during the live demonstration. One important part as well is the documentation. We know it's laborious and we hate doing reports in general, so we have created automated documentation which is integrated and embedded in CompoSIDE, and also it supports bill of material creation. So we can create very quickly, update and keep up to date with revision control systems documentation in our system. We mentioned collaboration and integration. We believe that sharing is one of the parts of the solution which brings a new light into the way that people can work. And sharing information is very easy. We are going to show you this also during the presentation. You can share it through a web browser or through documents which are generated and stored in our solution. Okay. I hope it was interesting. Now we are going to go into the live demonstration and we are going to jump into our application. So you're going to see how it really works in practice. I will hand it over to Ola now.
Okay. So our challenge for today, as we always like a little challenge for our webinars, is to generate a bill of material, give weight and material cost estimation for a composite geodesic dome design. We also need to provide laminate tables for an engineering drawing. As you can see, the design is ready. We just need to create a bill of material.
So in this way, we provide ability to define bill of material based on external design, which is provided by someone else and not done in CompoSIDE. So there's a way to create a bill of material as a manufacturing BOM from your data that you already have or provided by your subcontractors.
Okay. We're gonna go into CompoSIDE in a minute. we will start with setting up our project and the product, and then we will edit the usage and wastage factors that Radek mentioned are part of our BOM generation.
Mm-hmm. We're also going to show you a little bit around how composite is defined. Of course, this is not the main purpose of this webinar. This webinar is a part of other webinars which we run. Which we already run and are available on our website. So please, if you want to learn a little bit more about other modules or how composite work, please refer to those webinars or to our YouTube channel.
Okay. So as you can see, to access CompoSIDE, you only need to open your usually used browser, type in the URL address, and log in with your unique credentials, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay. Okay. We are logging in.
As you can see, we use a standard browser. At the moment, we are logged into the environment, composite environment. As you can see, there are different modules visible on the desktop. You can access any of those modules using those icons. And Ola is going to activate Write Project using navigation tool for project navigation. So
it's already.
Okay, so
already here.
But as you can see, you can handle many projects. At the moment, we've pre-prepared projects for this webinar, and we're going to use it to run this live demonstration.
Okay, so let's go into project space.
Using project space allows us to define different elements of the projects and handle things like settings, and we are going to show you around first, and then we'll go into the settings.
Okay, so I've already created a product. I called it geodesic BOM, and I've divided it into two parts, the floor and the outer shell. You're going to see it in bill of material also. Okay, I'm right-clicking on our project to edit settings, go into project BOM settings, and here we can edit them.
So as you can see, there are different settings available there, and they are very much composite oriented. So you can handle different things related to composite material in processing. These are, for instance, the default materials which are used if they're not defined, the default processing types, which are used to get the usage and wastage factors. Different factors which are factors metrics which are related to different wastage, like fiber offcuts, which are also dependent on the processing types which are chosen, and so on. There are different factors which are provided. Composite provides a starting point for you to have it defined in your project. So you can always modify it and use it for your project and also for the product at the product level. But you don't have to start from scratch. So we provided you with basic generic data which can be used.
Okay. As our data is ready, I think we can crack on with BOM generation.
We haven't done it, but this has been prepared as we said before, when we've defined the project materials. We defined those selections which we are going to use. You can learn about this on our other webinars. We are not going to spend our time on this, but prerequisite is that we prepare the materials that you want to work with and laminates.
Okay. So we're going to start with surface element creation. We're going to create the surface element for the floor panel. Its area is 33.7 square meters, and we're going to use a laminate stack-up that we have prepared before in CompoSIDE.
This stack-up definition, we assume it has been provided by the other designers. And we use basically definition and creating the stack-up without designing the laminate in this particular example.
Just to be clear, I'm going to show you that I just went into Lamina space. our floor panel is here. It's stack up defined with layered materials. Let's just take a look at its generic data. It's here with the basic properties.
And you can build any laminate in the laminate space and use it in BOM generation tool as a part of a surface element creation.
Okay, so we are saying BoMGen, it's time to open it. Okay, so our product, as I said, created before, it's here. We can open it. Okay, in the tree, we have our product and its topology. As you can see, I also took the liberty of already defining the outer shell elements. We will focus on the floor elements during our webinar. So the tree is really functional. We will do most of our actions using the contextual menu that shows up when you right-click on the elements. And all of the results of our work will show up in the window on the right.
There are different tabs and different options that you can use, but we are going to show you this in the course of our presentation.
Of course, we will focus on that when we are ready with the BOM. Okay, so I'm simply right-clicking on the floor folder to start a surface element creation. I'm going to choose my laminate family, the floor panel. The area is correct. Okay, let's add it.
As you can see, this action added laminate to the surface element, which have been defined, and Ava is just defining now the area, the area for all plies by selecting them all and defining 100% coverage for that. The area has been taken from the floor component definition and propagated through all the plies. You can manually change the area for each of the plies separately. You can use either definition through area or through the coverage. So for instance, if you have a panel which has single skin area, you could change the core area to, let's say, 90%, and 10% of the single skin would be automatically defined.
Okay, that concludes it. We are ready with our panel. We can, as Radek mentioned, go through different tabs and see the bill of material and the weight estimation for this panel only.
As you can see here, for instance, we have a weight estimate, and here the usage and wastage factors are taken into account. So we have as engineered weight and as designed weight, which means that certain usage factors and wastage factors are there. Here is basically excluding any usage factors. This design weight is including usage factors, which are, for instance, core resin consumption or additional resin bleed out factors and things like that.
Okay. But as we saw on our model, our panel has a hole in it. That's why we need to define a local reinforcement to reinforce it. Sorry. Okay. The length of the reinforcement is 500 millimeters, the width of 80 millimeters.
This is, as you can see, this is manual definition. So we assume that you know your definition of your local reinforcement that can be added to the bill of material. So Ola is going to add reinforcement.
Again, just right-clicking, add reinforcement. Okay. The length now. Okay. Now what I need to do is to define the stack up of my reinforcement. So I'm gonna add plies.
In this case, as you can see, it's very similar to laminate definition editor, which are used in the laminate space. We bring similar functionality to the bill of material to allow you to build your manual components in here. And this is what Ola is doing now, building the stack up for the reinforcement.
I'm selecting the material. I will need 2 of those, 45 degrees, and the biaxial length would be actually would be 150. Okay. Okay. Now I need to add my UD plies that will reinforce the construction. Just select the material, add a multiplier, and the width. Okay.
To this very simple few actions, we've defined the reinforcement, which is edge capping, which reinforced it. As you can see, the length is defined based on the component definition, and the width is basically defining the other dimension. And a number of plies allows you to specify the amount of material that is used for this particular element in your component.
Okay. So I'm going to save it because it's all ready. Our floor is gaining a little bit more weight.
And every time we add any component, the bill of material is modified, the quantities and the cost and all the information which is available to you in the summary is updated automatically. So it's a real life document which you can review at any point.
Exactly. Okay. Now, another element that we need to have in our bill of material is the definition of beams. We're going to define the floor support beams. There will be 5 of them. And as you can see, the section for the beams was engineered in CompoSIDE.
Of course, this is the example. You can always have your beam defined externally and you can build it manually, but we thought, okay, we will show you that CompoSIDE can help you to define those beams using geometry and material definition. And this is what Ola is going to show you now.
Okay, I just switched into section space to open our section. Okay.
To learn more about section space, we run other webinars, and also there are quite a few YouTube video tutorials for you to review and learn more. And here we will use a very simple example just to define the beam section which is used and will be used in bill of material.
Exactly. This section was simply created from a template. So what we needed to do was to define the dimensions of the section. And then we also define the stack up. So we have the sheet web here, and it's stack that you see right here. And we also have the capping here with just a bunch of UD plies. Okay.
So this is a bit of a glance of our geometric editor, which is common for section space and FE space. Now we are going to use this section definition, which we've done in the bill of material. So always going back to bill of material, to our product and bill of material, and she's going to select this section as a part of the creation of the beam element. So this is where she selects the existing beam section, defining section space, and now she gives a unique name for this component of the floor reinforcing beams.
Okay, one beam has a length of 3450, and we're gonna have 5 of those.
This is really quickly bringing all the definition of the beam into your bill of material, as you can see, both in terms of materials, in terms of width and material quantities, and also splitting it into different sub elements of this component.
Okay, so our beam is ready also, and we can go to our last element. As a beam is a simplification of the real construction that's going to be built, we need to also define a bondings. for our beam. We're gonna need 2 per beam on both sides here. So let's crack on. Again, simply right-clicking.
So defining the bonding, OLA defines bonding for the beams, saying based on number of beams and quantity. So we have
5 beams, both sides.
Yes,
10 bondings.
Makes 10.
Okay. And again, we need to define the stack up for our bonding.
And as you can see, in this case, we can define different elements of stack ups. It's not only plies and cores like it was for instance, surface elements, but we can also add fillets and homogeneous plies, which are allowing you to build comprehensive definition of a bonding, as shown in the picture before. So OLA has defined the structural fillet, which is radius 20, made of epoxy adhesive. And
now I'm just adding 2 more.
She's adding now biaxial tapes, which are basically forming a bonding.
Okay, so that was also done. Okay, so we can see the estimations for our floor.
Mm-hmm. So you see that during this 10 minutes presentation, live demonstration, we've built one component, which is part of a product. And we can quickly estimate the amount of materials, including usage and wastage factors, and also estimate cost of materials for such a design, which is very powerful tool. As Ola mentioned, we can review data for component, which is floor, but we can review also full definition of a product bill of material, including all the other parts which have been defined before, like outer shell in this case.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We said that we implement agile workflows and that you can dynamically change your BOM and it will update automatically. We would like to present a case of doing that. So we're going to focus on material replacement. We will try to reduce a cost of materials for the outer shell components by replacing carbon biax with glass biax shell.
This material. Is only the example showing functionality. Of course, you can do it more comprehensively. You can change many materials. You can change the design overall. But this shows you the agile workflows that are implemented that very quickly will adjust the design and bill of material at the same time.
Okay, so let's just remember that the price of the outer shell, cost of materials for the outer shell is now 38,700 euros, and all of the beams use those carbon biaxials. I'm gonna copy that to memory by simply right-clicking, and let's replace the stack.
Right-click menu provides you all the functions which are available, and here we are going through the replacement process, which is quite flexible. You can choose your elements which you want to be affected. In this case, we want only the outer shell to be affected and only beam elements to be affected by this replacement.
Exactly. So I just pasted the stack from the memory. I'm confirming that that's the stack I want to change.
By stack, we mean that it can be more than one ply. In this case, it's one ply, but it can be more than one. What it will do, it will find this kind of stack and replace stack with other stack which Ola has just defined now.
Yes, I'm just replacing it with a glass biax. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's replace.
Of course, this is action will change your design. That's why you need to be careful. Once done it, you can still revert back to your previous design, but if complex modifications are done, you need to be careful what you're doing, because then you have more steps to go back.
But it can easily be handled by simply duplicating the product with the BOM ready and starting modifications from that point on a duplicated product. Okay, so as you can see, the stack actually changed, and let's see how it affected the cost of materials. Okay, we gain about 700 euros. Maybe not a great result, but as Radek mentioned, you can work on your design more and gain more.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned at the very beginning that our task for today is not only to generate a bill of material, but also to provide a laminate table for an engineering drawing. So that's what we're gonna do now.
Our bill of material tool is the place where definition of the quantities and the definition of components is fully defined or kept. And through bill of material, you can produce laminate tables, standardized laminate tables, which can be added to the drawings. And this is what we are going to show you now.
Again, simply right-clicking and choosing to export a laminate table. Okay.
The laminate table in the standard format are exported to Excel file, which then can be used either as a part of your drawings or reports or documents that you want to share with other people.
Okay, let me bring it to you. Okay. Our laminate table is here. There is the surface element.
So you can see every element which we defined has been defined as in the form of a table, easily readable and easily, which can be easily brought into your drawings. Ola is showing us now the way to bring it into the drawing.
I'm simply copying this part of the table. And now I can just paste it. Okay. We're gonna need to move it a little bit. Okay.
And you can imagine the process that if you update your bill of material, it's very quickly to regenerate those tables and bring it into your new revision of your documentation in the same format, always consistent and always with the right data.
Exactly. Okay. We were also bragging about one more thing, and it was the automatic report generation. So let's just do it. Let's generate, the report.
CompoSIDE provides the templates and the ability for you to adjust those templates and use the templates as a starting point with automatic generation process giving you a starting point of the report with data being brought from the databases, but also we provide ability to edit it and add pictures, text, and other elements into your reports.
And it can be done quickly because, again, we are simply right-clicking on our product and let's generate a report. I'm going to call it a webinar report. Then our product is already selected. Now we need to select a template. We're going to choose all components with costs and simply generate. Okay. Our report is here. Let's export it to XML so it's easier to see it. Okay.
So Ola has exported it to HTML format with access to all the elements of the report being available on the left-hand side. So you can scroll to any part of the report which is there. As you can see, we can include the component definition, which are defined at the component level in the bill of material. All the tables, definition of the quantities, bill of materials are very, very clearly laid out in the form of the document.
And anytime your design changes and you need to change your BOM, you simply regenerate the report and you are sure that the right data was taken into account to this report. Okay, easy sharing. So as you can see, here we have links to the report that we can share with other people. And I'm just posting into your chat window right now, so you can actually open the report yourself.
So you can imagine that this link is the top issue link, which means that this link can be sent to your customer saying that this is the link where the latest revision of your report is going to be available at any point. So anytime that you update the report, this will point to the latest report, and customer will always have a link to the latest report of your bill of material.
But of course, you can also generate a PDF file and send it if you prefer. Okay, I think that concludes the first part of the live demonstration. Now, what we would like to show you is how you can do it even faster by generating a bill of material based on your FE model that was built in CompoSIDE. So now we're going to focus on a rapid estimation.
This part of a live demonstration will show you the integration with CompoSIDE, which we believe is quite a big value for the solution that we provide. It's not only bill of material, but also it's linked with your database, material database, and other engineering tools which are part of the solution. And this allows very, very quick turnaround of your ideas and generating the bill of material based on your design work.
We have already shown you that we had a laminate defined, the section built, but we didn't show you that we actually built a similar geodesic DOM in FE-space. If you want to learn how to do such a thing, you need to, again, visit our YouTube channel and watch the tutorial on beams and shells creation.
But this model took probably 15 to 20 minutes to build using certain tools and definition. We support bringing the geometry from external files like step files. So this kind of geometry can be very, very quickly generated in our tool.
Exactly. As you can see, this DOM does not have the outer shell yet, but we can generate a bill of material at any point of our design and update it later when the design is finished. Okay, only thing you need to do is to mesh the model. As you can see, it was already meshed. And after you save it,
Of course, this model has full definition of the laminates and beam sections.
Yeah.
And it can be run, can be calculated, reserve factor can be checked, and then bill material can be generated. So this gives you a link between bill of material and your engineering and design work.
Okay, so I'm simply hitting the generate button. And my bill of material is ready and done.
Maybe it didn't look too impressive, but it's one click and your FE model have been converted into bill of material with full definition of your topology of your product. So you can see is again we have a floor and an outer shell with beams defined. As you can see, they are marked with certain icon which indicates that there are system generated elements. The definition is brought from the FE model. So you don't have to worry about the quantities unless you want to change it manually. This is also possible.
Exactly.
Again, having this kind of a bill of material, you can very quickly estimate impact of your design decisions onto the cost and the processing that you choose and the quantities of materials that are needed to deliver this product.
And you also have the same options as in your manual BOM, so you can generate a laminate table or create another BOM report for this product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think it's time to sum up a little bit what we have just presented?
We know that bill of material wasn't, it's not a super exciting tool, but we believe it saves a lot of time and effort in the design workflow. And this tool provides this ability to really implement those changes and improvements in the process. We believe it's a great tool for communication of your design, because bill of material is universal design language for many people. It can be read by designers, by purchasing people, by managers, and so on. So it's a very, very good communication tools. And this, by being able to generate quickly bill of material, we fast track the decisions. The decisions can be made very, very quickly and based on the real data, not on guessing. Having this bill of material being generated on the real data and in live, almost live, it gives a very, very quick access to reliable data, which helps business to really deliver competitive solutions. And we have our customers really, really appreciating that. And as you can see, they were managing to reduce their time by 90% in those particular cases, reallocating the resources where those resources are more needed and valuable to the business.
Okay, I think it's time for our question and answer session. And there is a question already hanging in there from Michael. He's asking, how do you keep the plating from showing up in the BoMGen? So I guess it will be best if we go back into CompoSIDE for a second. It's very easy. Anybody can do it. Our section was built, of course, with a plating, but we simply define this particular element as a plating, so it will not be taken into your bill of material. Okay, so if I open this element, you can see here it's a plating, so it's not used in BOM.
And it's clearly indicated with a different color. The element in the section has a different color, which means that it's not taken into bill of material. It's a part of a plating supported by the beam. So we have ability to define multiple elements which you want to exclude from your beam section definition.
Okay. No worries. Are there any other questions? Okay.
Maybe one last comments from our sides. We've shown you this based on 2 products, and of course we've shown you a certain way of handling this. There are different ways of making it even more effective. So you can, as we mentioned, you can duplicate certain products and change bill of materials and compare those bill of materials between each other. So there's ways of really making decisions and using those tools which are provided as a part of CompoSIDE. We believe this is a unique tool and fully dedicated to composite materials, which makes it much easier process for people involved in a project.
Okay, there is another question, and it's about the report. Michael is asking if he can edit the format of the report. And the answer again is yes, you can change it. The templates are yours and you can edit them so they suit your needs. You can also create your own templates, but okay, let's edit it.
You can choose and decide which data is in your report, in which order, what elements are in the report. You can also define your things like logos and layout of the report. And this is done through either templates, which we're just showing you, with placeholders, which are the red elements, which are drawing the data out of database. And also to be able to modify the logos which are shown there, you need to go into the company settings, and you can define or upload your own logos in there.
Yes, and the fonts and tables are handled through a quite standard editor that I'm sure you're not going to have any problems with.
Mm-hmm. It allows to define also, we can add pictures into these tables and links to other documents as well.
And as Radek mentioned, if you just want to edit one report, you can simply add a picture here or choose to add your customer logo to the report also. And we hope that helps.
Okay, please feel free to send us your questions if you think of any more questions after the webinar. We are always really happy to receive your feedback, and we are trying to address and answer your questions. What we would like to also mention at the end of this webinar is that we provide full support for our customers and for people who are interested to try the product. We have full support portal implemented with, we can find some frequently asked questions on our website. We provide CompoSIDE tutorials as a part of our YouTube channels with short videos, so you can watch them in your free time. We run webinars, as you can see. This is our 5th webinar this year. And we provide quite a good basis and knowledge-based documents as a part of both of CompoSIDE and our support portal. Of course, we would like to thank you for being with us today. If you are happy to try the bill of material, we encourage you to go on our website. We provide 30 days free trial for all people who wants to try, with full access to all the functionalities, including bill of material, and we'll be happy to help you with starting with using CompoSIDE. I hope it was good time for you, and it was useful webinar, and we hope to see you next time. We are planning to run next webinar, or maybe you mention about this webinar a little bit.
Okay, so next webinar, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to focus on a marine industry and how CompoSIDE brings a new, fresh and easy to use solution for the marine industry. It's going to be held on the 6th of October. Yeah. Okay, so we hope we're going to see you there.
Okay. And for more information, refer to our website. There is a support and training page, and all the information will be available there.
Okay. Thank you
very much for being with us, and see you next time. Bye-bye.